Hello and welcome to YASSERTV. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know why I started straight on this, but let's do the intro first. Yeah. Welcome to YASSERTV. What are you telling me, people? I'm back and I'm live. Do you know what I mean? First and foremost, let's get rid of this ticker, yeah? Because we don't need this right now. We don't need the ticker right now. Yeah. Yeah, man. How's everyone been? Make sure you hit the likes, subscribe to the channel. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone that's helped me, supported me getting to 500 subscribers. Do you know what I'm saying? We hit the first milestone. So obviously, gotta say thank you to everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. But the work's not done. We gotta keep moving. We gotta keep going forward. And yeah, man. Now it's about hitting the 1K. The target changes. But yeah, man. Anyway, yesterday, man, yeah, oh my days, bro. So yesterday we got the news. Do you know what I mean? That we're advancing with the Garnacho thing and whatever. The day wasn't going. I'm saying it's not the information that we wanted to know anyway. But then it got a little bit worse. Cause then we got the news, yeah. Because we heard about the Colwill injury, but they said he has to go get scans, which is, sounds alright. You think, you know what, cool. But when I heard scan, I was like, that usually is not, that doesn't sound like it's just a minor thing, innit? It could be precautionary, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where you're like, if it was simple, they would have known why does have to scan. Then the news came out that he's done his ACL. Very obviously unfortunate news. Kind of puts a little bit of a spanner in the works when it comes to the whole, situation. Let me put it up on the screen. I think I'm going to talk about the Garnacho thing a bit later on, and I'm not going to do that now. Don't really want to talk about that anyway. Yeah, this is what we got. Chelsea defender Levi Colwill suffered an ACL injury and will be out for majority of next season. He suffered an anterior cruciate ligament injury at the end of his first training session back and has since had a scan followed by surgery. So he's already had surgery. So now it's about him getting back. As the Chelsea fans would do, of course, they went into complete meltdown because that's what they do. And it's just one of those things, isn't it? Obviously, it's not something that you want to hear. We wish him a speedy recovery. We do. The thing that kind of puts us in a bit of a bad situation is that Badiashile was injured. So it's not like you could say, you know what, we'll put Badiashile in there and, we'll get it sorted later on. This is not one of those situations, isn't it? Um, this is more like this is more like you looking at it and saying, all right, then who's gonna play left centre back? Now, Hato can play left centre back, but I've always wanted a centre back anyway, right? I wanted someone a bit more. Because remember, the whole season people were talking about experienced centre back. We need a goalkeeper, a centre back, and this and that. That's what they kept saying. But all of a sudden now, they don't need a centre back anymore because we have Cole, we have Chalobah, and we have Tosin, and we have Fofana. But because of the unpredictability when it comes to Fofana, for me personally, is one of the reasons why I want. That's one of the reasons why I want another centre back. So for me, yeah, it's more one of those things where I'm looking at our centre backs and I'm saying, look, I know they can do a job in that, but I'd still, if I was them, I'd still want to go and get Gay. That's just the way I'm thinking about it. Because if Fofana's not fit, I'd rather have Gay at right centre back, and if you can fill up and play on the left, that's fine. But even if they don't end up doing that, I don't necessarily think it's that bad. I still think we can move forward with the defenders that we have. It just kind of puts a bit of a spanner in the works. But this is what happens with injuries, isn't it? You can never predict injuries. You can never, do those things. But it happens, innit? You just have to deal with it, bro. Yo, big up Taz, man. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you subscribe to Taz. Big up, bro. I don't want to be gassed about Garnacho because of what happened in January. Nah, don't worry, man. Personal terms agreed and all of that. So, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, what can I say, bro? I'm not happy about it either. I think I never really lose my head in it, especially on the internet. I'm one of those calm people, and then cool, I might be annoyed at some point, but I'll forget about it, innit? But Garnacho's one of those guys that it's gonna be difficult, like that. I don't think I'll ever accept him. That's my issue, innit? I don't think I'll ever, like, unless he wins me the league. Yeah. 1 second. But no, no, no. Listen. You see me with this, like in general, I'm thinking, all right, cool, I hear it, innit? But my problem is that, and listen. I'll speak about the Garnacho thing, innit? Because right now I'm doing the Colwill thing. Obviously, it's unfortunate about the injury. Obviously, it's not something that we want to see. I still thought we might want to get Gay or something to play right centre back, leader, and all that. If it works out, if Fofana gets injured again, I'm not hoping on an injury because obviously I want to see him fit as much as possible. But if that happens, you guys already know what we have to deal with potentially, innit? So Chalobah can be a very good right centre back, innit? That he does the job. But my thing is, just thinking about eventualities, innit? I'm not one of those guys that says no one's gonna get injured, and then when someone gets injured, because this is the way it works, right? A lot of people before the season were saying, and before Cole was playing well and all that, oh, we need another centre back, and then now they're saying, oh, he's injured, we need another centre back, and if we don't get one, they'll end up later on saying we need a centre back, but some of them now are saying we don't need a centre back. It's just weird. I'm thinking if we just be smart and get a Gay, you know what I'm saying? Maybe someone else will be shipped when it comes to that right centre back, because we kept hearing things about is someone going to be shipped out or not. They said that they're not going to listen to any um offers for Chalobah, and then they said they will, and then they said they won't. So we don't actually know what's going on with the briefs, but we'll see. I know my club, and if it comes to just offering something, they might actually go for it, innit? But this is the thing for me, though, innit? I still want a good right centre back, innit? And I still want a goalkeeper, bro. Regardless of what man's saying about Sanchez, I think he'll be a great backup, but not really someone I want to really see starting. One sec, guys. One sec. Listen, people. When mom calls, you pick up the phone, fam. I don't do this thing about I'm streaming. I can't pick up the phone. Picking up the phone, you know them ones. Big up, Mumsy. Anyway, we go back about the goalkeeper situation, innit? We have to get a new. I still think we have to get a new goalkeeper. Now, it is possible that Sanchez has turned the corner. It is possible. For me, I'm just not one of those risk takers, innit? Do you get the point? I don't like taking that kind of risk. I feel like if you can get it sorted, innit? Um, I will go back to the Garnacho thing because I kind of want to talk about it at the end. I'm not gonna do a very long stream. I'm not gonna do 3 hour stream, so don't worry about don't worry about the whole thinking I have to wait 3 hours to hear about Garnacho. I will be talking about him. I just can't. I don't want to, innit? But that's why I put it at the end. But then we can have a full conversation about it. And if he does sign, you know me, and I'm gonna make the video. I'll drop it and I'll give you my opinion about the whole thing, innit? Again, or maybe different depending on what happens. But yeah, I do still think we need a centre back, someone that's better than what we have. I think what the way a lot of other fans, or and when I say other fans, other Chelsea fans are looking at it, is 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 he? You know what the Arsenal fans do? The ground level raiser, ceiling raiser, and all that. Listen, I don't know in it, but all I'm saying is there has to be a. Is he really? Whoever comes in, is he that much of an improvement? And I'm kind of with them in that aspect. Where okay, cool, make sure that he has to be a little bit of a difference, and of course, I'm with that. So yeah, we are looking at that, and of course, I want to make sure that you get that sorted in it. So yeah, man. And I know a lot of you've come in a bit later on, so obviously, of course, I want to thank every single one of you that subscribed to the channel, always tunes in. Do you know what I'm saying? Makes these streams fun, gives man the information, the latest information, and everything, innit? Big up to every single one of you. Obviously, we've hit 500 subscribers yesterday. Bro, I greatly appreciate every single one of you, innit? Every single one of you. And of course, there's a special thank you for Godfrey, innit? Because he's literally one of the first people that used to, come on my watch alongs, the streams and that. So obviously, I want to big him up as well. But yeah, man, big up to every single one of you. Appreciate all the love and everything, man. The comments on the videos, on the match reactions and everything. Obviously, they're gonna come back. I will be doing the whole watch along thing again, and hopefully, not gonna be like what last season, innit? Where man was just losing left, right, and center at some point. But yeah, man. Now let's do goalkeeper thing. We've kind of, you know, done that, innit? Let me see what they're saying. What are you saying about Donnarumma? Listen, I don't think you see what it is, yeah. When you have someone like Sanchez in goal, and some of the United fans in the chat would know, you can't look down on any other goalkeeper, bro. Them man got Onana, they will tell you, just listen. Donnarumma, this guy or that guy. Just as long as you get me an improvement, I'm out. Now, I want someone who's good with their feet in it. Kind of a bit like Edison. I'm not saying Edison, yeah, but you know how City, Edison ain't the greatest shot stopper, but a lot of the time he doesn't have to, you know what I'm saying, do all of that because of, what he does. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it, but I just need an improvement on my goalie, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I need the improvement on my goalie. Big up to Michael. Yeah, that's his link in the chat. Ajax fan. Make sure you subscribe to him. Do you know what I'm saying? He does all the watch alongs for the Eredivisie as well. If you want to ask him about players from the Eredivisie and all that, he's your guy in it. Go and ask him. And when Arsenal, I was gonna say Arsenal. when Ajax bottles the league again, You know where to see the meltdown, innit? Yes, I'm calling to get the deal done. Yeah, man. Sometimes you have to put the call in and say, get this player, innit? But they don't always listen, man. Big up to Duke, my brother, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Very good. Very good. Make sure you hit the likes, people. 15 in the building. 8 likes. Make sure you hit the likes. Let's try to keep 100% ratio, innit? 100% ratio. Have you? Oh, Benji, man. Big up, Benji, man. Big up. Yeah, needle move and all that. Yeah. But that's the point, though. You don't want to get players sometimes, yeah, that on the same level that players that you have. So sometimes, if that's what your owners or whatever trying to do, just keep the player that you already have, bro. Because what's the point of spending all that money to keep the same player? Godfrey, watching them Sanchez Bozo. He was a live O, you know. Live O. Every game he messed up, Godfrey was there, bro. So you know, innit? This is the thing. Because you watched it or you saw the watch alongs, you know the amount of L's that man took because of the goalkeeper, yeah. Or because of Jackson. You know what I mean? Actually, speaking on Jackson, I think this might be the right time to go and speak about that. You know what I'm saying? Not for this negativity, bro. The pain. Obviously, we need to. We'll see what the club does because we did get a brief saying that the club's happy with the centre backs that we have. Because if you remember, we do have Chalobah, Tosin, and Fofana in the right centre back, and then Hato or Hato. I need to see how they say his name in it. Has to. I think it's Hato. Hato's playing either left centre back or left back. I don't care about the whole he's short thing, innit? I know people always do that, but who cares about short or like short or all of that? I don't care about all that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is what I'm just about talking about. Do you know what I mean? Now Newcastle is doing a mad thing, bro. People, mad thing. Let's go share the screen now. Yeah. Look at this. So we got the news at 3 o'clock. Yeah. That obviously transfer marker, and I know people have certain things they say about them. All I do is show you the news, and then we see if that's possible or not. And you see me, I've only been doing this whole the YouTube thing recently. So the whole transfer thing, I can't always tell you who's reliable or not. A lot of the times the chat tell me, innit? So we'll see what's going on. But what they're saying is that they made an initial offer for 80 million euros, yeah, for Jackson. Obviously Liverpool fans gonna start saying it's dodgy and that. That's what they do, innit? It's dodgy until it's them, then it's not dodgy. Because then they'll start saying, oh, it's 30, we saved the money for 5 years. You spend money, but they know now, innit? This is the thing. Liverpool fans don't learn until it had to happen to them. They spend a bit of money and people turn on them, and they just started saying, well, we can't. Everyone else spend money. Why can't we spend money? Is what it is, innit? But this is also something else. So apparently they're not just trying to get Jackson, which obviously 80 million. I'm used to this kind of money, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And I told you guys before, a lot of these clubs view the players differently to we do, innit? They look at potential. If he improves, can he be this? Can he be that? I remember when Jackson was bagging goal for us, I seen his valuation go up to like 150 million on some website. That his current value would be around 150 now. I'm not saying that that's what clubs are willing to pay for him, but like market value and all that, sometimes it goes up and down, innit, depending on how you're performing. So the club knew that they can get a lot of money for him if they negotiate whatever way they want to negotiate. Now, this is one of the players in. Another player they're looking at and apparently almost done is a man like Pavlidis. Do you know what I'm saying? Man like Zir. Do you know what I mean? Zir that plays for Northside's club. Yeah. Newcastle are close to agreeing a deal for Benfica's Greece international striker Pavlidis. The striker will sign a 5-year deal. So they're trying to get Jackson, him, and then there's also links to. Let me change this so I don't mess this up. Yeah. Yeah, Pavlidis is good, you know. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. Obviously, so makes a bit doesn't really make sense. Obviously, they're still trying to get Johan West pushing out to join Newcastle as negotiations between clubs are on the way. Now, if they also think about the fact that you know he's looking at it like, okay, cool. If they're in for other strikers, they might get those players, yeah, and then they turn around and tell me, listen, we don't want you anymore. So he's trying to push, you know. Now he's trying to push and like, yo, get the player, get the player. But then Ben Jacobs posted this as well, saying that he's prioritizing an EPL move over Saudi. Neum and Al Nassr have both made recent approaches. As revealed last week, both Saudi clubs believe Brentford will sell for around 40. But he wants to stay in. He wants to play UCL and is willing to wait for Newcastle, which is, you know, the thing to do, innit? Um, let's see what else. What else is it? What else? Yeah, we got the here we go for the Zabani guy. That's another guy Bournemouth have lost now. Both their players in the back line. But their signings are mad because they got him and Chevalier. Mad goalie. Yeah, you're right, you know. What's it called? You're right, Godfrey. They have to replace Callum Wilson as well. So they're not just trying to get one, they're trying to get two strikers. And then this is why this is where this comes in. Newcastle considering move to sign Samuel from FC Porto. Porto striker among small number of options to bolster attack. No formal approach or guarantee it happens, but Spain international liked by Newcastle. Yeah, that's all it is, bro. Other than that, there's nothing really that hasn't really been any links or things to do with us in terms of what can affect us. Obviously, that's the obviously Jackson. We're involved in that slightly because Jackson, innit? Big up TK, man. Make sure you subscribe to TK, man. Make sure you subscribe to TK. Yeah, Godfrey, we can put his link in the chat, please. Yeah, and let the man know subscribe to my Turkish brother TK, man. Man said that you thought you could take Ethan. No, I said if the option's there, you just snatch him, blood. We would have sent him to Strasbourg. That's what he would got his minutes, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Pure profit. I'm a Chelsea fan, bro. When I see these kind of players, I see money signs, bro. Pure profit. Onto the books, and then you can go get the ballers. My thing is though, he should be playing more for you lot, innit? Respectfully. You should be starting in the 10. I think he's your best. I think he's probably your best footballer in the club, innit? Like proper footballer, he's your best, bro. Yeah, I think he's a top talent, but you see how everyone's forgotten about him, and now they're talking about, you know, we should start Dalman at right wing and move Saka left wing. But before that, they were telling me there's no player that can move Saka from the right wing. But I need to believe. But you want me to believe that a 15-year-old can move Saka from right wing to left wing? Yeah, Arsenal fans are just crazy, bro. But TK is a real one, innit? And Godfrey, you lot are real ones, innit? So we're not talking about you, man, innit? Do you know what I mean? Would love to see Odegaard getting drawn. But they don't rate him, man. They don't rate him. Even in Norway, they don't rate him. I know Lee says it, but I was there recently. We had a look. But this is my thing. I've always said that, yeah, a player might be good and he plays at right wing. Great. But if you have another player that plays at right wing that can potentially play better than him, you need to try him at right wing and move the other left wing left wing. It's not that deep. Try it. Because at the end of the day, it's for the betterment of the club. For the results and all that. That's what we really care about. No one cares about my favourite player being moved out of position. I don't care about all that. If he does the job on the left, but he might not be doing the job that well on the left, but someone else is doing his job better than him on the right, we'll take that. But a lot of people are too, you know, big up Taki as well. Big up Taki. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you. We're stacked in the 10 and right wing, but have no left wingers. But TK, be honest, do you not think Saka can play left wing? Would you not put him at left wing and play Ethan in the 10 or on the right wing? Because I think Ethan's a better footballer than Saka. So that's why I would not put Saka in the 10. Now, I've heard a lot of people say put Saka in the 10 because they've seen that he may have lost a bit of burst of pace or whatever, or he hasn't gotten back to 100% fitness. We don't know yet because of his injury. Would you leave him? Yeah, but people weren't saying that about Foden when they put him at left wing in the Euros. They were saying he was rubbish. Whereas he was better. We would have rather played him in the 10 or right wing than left wing. I think left wing will cook because he can put the early crosses in for Gyökeres when he makes a run. I think he will cook with the crosses, and I think that when he shoots, even from the left, I don't think it's that deep. I think he can still get the goals. Yeah, bro, I've heard it all, bro. I've heard it all. Do you know what I mean? Palmer can't drop Saka. Foden can't drop Saka. All these other wingers can't drop Saka, but that guy can drop. But Dowman can drop anyone in the team. Like, that's what we're hearing, innit? And a lot of us kind of didn't rate Martinelli early in his career. But then he scored goals. But then he had to realize whether it was form, like, what's it called? Like a purple patch, or he's actually improving. We had the same thing with Jackson. When he started the season, we need to see a different Jackson because it gives us an idea whether he's improved or not. But then when you start seeing that, okay, he's bagging, oh, maybe he's improved, but you have to see it consistently. So then you realize, okay, is it a purple patch or no? Actually, he keeps doing it. Okay, he's improved. Boom, and then all of a sudden you lose it, and then you realize, okay, Jackson's whole performance was a purple patch. It will be, and this is what I was saying. Yeah, if you're gonna play Noni, to see, I can't say it. Not in here. Do you know what I mean? Not in here. Because if you're gonna play Noni on the left, you play someone else on the right. Let's say Saka on the right. I don't know, man. Because my thing was always, yeah. Oh, I used to be a big advocate of Saka at left back, you know. Because he used to play that position. He can defend the ball well, yeah. And then that's the position he knows, innit? So he can also give you he can be an attacker when you're on the attack. Do you get it? He's basically can be like all the way wide on the left. But obviously your manager likes to do the whole inverting thing. And Saka can't invert. So he can't do that. Do you know what I mean? So then you have MLS in the 8 or that 8. He's a left 8 anyway. And then you have, if you want to have someone else on the left, is what it is, isn't it? But the problem is that he has all the support, Saka on the right. And no one really has support on the left. But to be fair though, Noni doesn't necessarily need support on the left. That's going to be the difference between Martinelli and having Noni on the left. Noni can take his man on. So you're not going to have that much issues. It just depends on how long he's going to have to end up playing at left and whether he enjoys it. Because he's only done that for a couple of games for us. And then you saw that Arteta was scrolling on TikTok, saw him play on the left and just thought, yeah, well, I'll get him. You know, he could play on my left-hand side. But we'll see. So we spoke about him. Now, obviously, for some weird reason, we're still waiting when it comes to the Xavi Simons deal. But from everything we heard, we know that he wants to come to Chelsea and everything. And that's kind of what you want to hear this summer, yeah? This summer, there's been a very big thing about Gyökeres wants Arsenal and Arsenal only. Mbeumo wants United only. Do you get it? Like, if once you hear that, you kind of know that things will be sorted out and you will kind of get your player. And a lot of the times, I don't think we have any money problems. It's just that UEFA wants us to register players and blah blah blah, all that rubbish. So we are trying to make sure we get the outgoings done before we start buying players, and then we can't get rid of some of the players that we already have. Obviously, in Kunku, we heard earlier that he's not going to play in the preseason game. I think that we have today. I think it's today actually. We're playing Ten Hag's team, innit? Let me see, Ten Hag's team. Yeah, Ten Hag's team in 2-3 hours. We'll see. So obviously we'll be playing him, and obviously because it's going to be nice to see people like Esteban, other players play, and what they can provide in a preseason game. But we do know that those players like him, Jackson, Nkunku and Jackson are not going to be playing. And yeah, man, we'll end up seeing what happens, bro. We'll end up seeing what happens in that aspect, but yo, I'll be honest though. I messaged Northside earlier about Pavlidis just before I went live because that's when I seen it, and he was like, "That's another market opportunity gone." I've been telling them to get Pavlidis. Why didn't they get Pavlidis? He is kind of annoyed. So there are opportunities, isn't it? But listen, TKA, he's not the best left wing in the world. Don't get that. I'm looking at what he can provide to your team, innit? This is what I've been doing the whole summer. I've been looking at when a player comes in, what is his qualities and what can he provide to the team. He's different to Saka. He take his first thing in his mind, because he's a winger from early, or like a natural winger, whatever you want to call him. He's always played on the wing. He's an attacker. So the first thing these people think about naturally is the attack. When they get the ball, they attack. If you look at Saka, he's more, I'm not trying to lose the ball. And if he doesn't think he can go past this player, or there's not the right opportunity to make the pass, the first thing he'll do is let's keep the ball safe, and he'll pass the ball backwards, innit? Or sideways, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. I just feel like they're two different profiles of player. Now, if he's back up to Saka, it gives you something else. That's like saying that basically it's like us used to having Mudryk and Sancho on the left wing. We know Sancho's more of a link-up player, that kind of thing. He doesn't always go down the line, but he will switch it up. He will cut in more than he was, whatever, yeah? And then you had Mudryk that will run down the wing every single time. When he gets the ball, he will cut in a couple of times, but he will try to get as much space in the back. Do you get it? So this is what I'm saying. He will provide you something else. I'm not saying he's world class or great. Like, he's not a Rodrigo at left wing. Of course not. But this is the thing, because we play so much system football nowadays, it's about what can that player provide you in that role, innit? What does the role demand, and then what can he do for you anyway? You guys are not with it, but you'll see, innit? I think he's different. Because I can separate the trolling when I need my money and wherever, when we have to be honest. Because if you was trash, if let's say we had Garnacho and we were selling him to you, I would say to you, there's zero positives. There's nothing that you can think about that can help you. I would tell you straight away from the beginning, bro. This is the thing. I don't have to lie. I don't gain anything from lying. Even if I tell you, man, he's a rubbish footballer, and he's not, you guys will eventually find out, whichever it is. So there's no point of me lying. I'm telling you, he can provide you something different. And him leaving Chelsea is going to be a thing where he's going to want to prove himself. And he'll be one of the first few players that's played at Tottenham, Chelsea, and gone to Arsenal. That's another one. But I seen that message earlier from Rich Moneymakers, bro. Where is it? Big up legend, I told you, Mr. Stanley. Oh my god. If you come here again and say the same thing, yeah. Because that's all you put in the chat, I told you Stanley loves Garnacho. I never said he doesn't, bro. But okay, you have added a bit more information, so I'm gonna allow it. The Sims deal will go through, which is what I think will happen as well. Great elite chat, we are looking at another centre back. Yeah, man. Yeah, I spoke about this earlier as well. Big up Taki, man. Hope you're doing well. Saka's a good finisher. Yeah. But the problem is, you're saying that because he's a bit one-sided, isn't it? He always likes going on the left, and you think that you could only really get things from him from left. I think he could provide something from the left. My thing would be maybe play Madueke right. This is my thing though. If you're gonna have to play both of them in terms of left wing and right wing, I would trust Saka to be able to do a job on the left more than Madueke, which is why I'm saying just play him in his preferred right wing position so you can get the most out of him. This is my thing. Because he goes both ways. So maybe from the right, he can be a little bit of a more threat than when Saka's on the left, he could just keep using his left foot. Arsenal fans like to cuddle Saka. Big up concern. They don't want anyone to challenge or push him for the spot. But that man, they want to start. Yeah, man. It don't make sense. But listen, this is the thing about Arsenal fans. I told you, man. You know that saying, who won't hear must feel? That's made specifically for Arsenal fans, isn't it? The people that are hearing, unfortunately, they have to feel as well. But all the other ones, bro, knowing the manager will be on his left wing. Don't let Top Guinness say, yeah, I know, I know. Big up AK, man. Hope you're doing well. Palmero. You're lucky, man. You got Palmero. You, man, better learn how to defend, bro. Don't get beat by Palmero. Any ballers from Gala? I don't think they have any. Even if they did, they probably wouldn't sell it to you right now anyway. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you hit the likes, people. Yeah, big up Godfrey. Everyone hit the like, subscribe. Big up Rich Money Makers, man. Where in possessions will Chelsea be more successful in game? Ooh. Midfield. The thing about defense is, yeah, we are quite comfortable with the ball in our defense, and then also up front, midfield, and the way our forwards press. The good thing about our forwards is that a lot of even Palmer presses, so we don't have this thing where we carry someone when they press. My issue with Jackson used to be that obviously usually your striker or the person who's up front initiates the press, so they start the press, and that's when the wingers go with them. So it's all timed correctly, because if you mistime it, this is what our team and a lot of the teams that play at the back do. They wait for you to either mistime it or to find the gap and then play the ball through you and obviously beat the press. So those are the things that you have to look out for. And our thing always used to be Jackson used to wait too long and everyone's waiting behind him, or he will press too early and then they'll be behind waiting. So obviously all these things have kind of been sorted out already the longer we've been in this season, and obviously you've seen it in the Club World Cup where we've hit the level that we expected in terms of being able to actually do our job and everyone knowing their positions, and that usually takes a bit longer than usual. 12 likes, don't take the mic. Arteta out. Obvious. Of course. Okay, big up to you, bro. I have to believe it. I did not rate him at PSV, let alone Chelsea. Bro, your fans looked at the PSV comms and said, yo, we'll take him. Bro, you know I won't start Noni if I had a chance. I know. I would just start Max over him. Are you even allowed to start Max though? He's 15. I don't think he can play in the league. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You man are right. You're right. You're 100% right. And Noni's about 40. I think, sorry, Lookman was, 50 million in it. I think that's what they want, 50 million euros or something. Because I think Inter bidded 40 or 45. Obviously, one of the ex-Chelsea players here, do you know what I mean, has ended up going to Como. This guy is just going from club to club. His Wikipedia listing must be like this. He can't have no girlfriend, bro. Unless he keeps telling her we're going on holiday and he just travels. Every year he just takes her to another city, bro. Another country. He done his little bit at Turkey and now he's moving to thingy. Was at AC Milan. Brother, like, it's mad. Now, but Felix, it kind of like, this guy moves a lot, bro. He stayed at AC Milan and just went straight from there to when they bought Santiago Jimenez. I think he was in that similar, like around that same time with the deal, and then he's already went Galatasaray, and now he's coming here. I mean, to Como. Yeah, he's using the football thing as a tourist. That's like you going on holiday. You have work, but you like your wife or girlfriend doesn't. So you keep her at home. You go out, do your job, and come back. But it's like you working from home. You know that few hours when you're working, everyone leaves you alone in the room. You're doing your work, and then you go back. That's what he's doing. Yeah, look, we're going on holiday. We're going to. I don't know where Como is. I'm assuming Como is a place, because sometimes it can be like the name and the actual city are two different things. But listen, let's move past that. Yeah, let's go Como. Do you know what I mean? He goes to Como, and then he just wakes up early, goes training, comes back, and he's hanging around. And then when they're like, "Listen, Como's boring now." Listen, I heard Milan's a nice place, isn't it? Let's go Milan. Yeah, bro, just pack our bags, go Milan. You know when Jeremy Clarkson says, "Some say," yeah, this is the thing. Some say Morata lives in a caravan, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He just goes from city to city, he just travels and kicks ball. Yeah, I mean, obviously Sesko got confirmed. The only good thing about the signing, in my opinion, bro, is that he's not linked to my club anymore. And I know Liverpool fans are happy he's not linked to their club anymore. Do you know what I mean? I think he does suit them in terms of what he can provide, innit? He's that running behind striker. He's a similar profile um to Gyökeres. And what I mean by that is not his all round play, but you know those quick strikers that love running in behind, like Watkins and him, and similar. And I feel like because Xerxes wasn't that, which was so dumb for him to go to United and then end up buying him, but whatever. I thought it'd work because they now bought 210s, so if he drops deep, they can go around. Do you get it? And he can provide for them. He can be more of a facilitator, which I kind of thought what I thought João Pedro would have been for us, yeah. But no, and then obviously the guy who's similar to these man is Hoyland. He just nothing. He's so bad that he tried playing him in every game. It just never worked. So obviously I had to get him. The money paid for him was mad. But listen, here's what it is, man. Brentford are one of the clubs trying to get Dango. Yeah, one of the two people are the ones catching the L in it. So yeah, he's doing his medical today. Also understand Gareth, whatever, man. Who cares? Yeah, like I said earlier as well, yeah, Jackson Nkunku also not expected to play in the upcoming games as he will leave Chelsea this month. Talks ongoing with several clubs keen and movements taking place for his exit. And one of the teams that's actually in for him right now, for Nkunku, is actually Bayern Munich. He's still linked to them. He's on their list. I know this as well because I spoke to Zay yesterday and he was saying, "Yo, we just want to get him because they inquired about Jackson, and that's when Plettenberg dropped that and everyone lost their mind. All the Bayern Munich fans lost their mind, and all he said was Bayern inquired about Jackson and that, and they thought they're making a move for Jackson, so they lost it. I don't get it though. My thing is, yeah, Jackson's not a bad player, bro. Because he wouldn't have been able to do what he did in the last 2 seasons, yeah, if he was bad. This is the thing. If he was bad, no. The only thing is that he's not a striker, and he's not and he's not a finisher and can't head the ball. His finishes are on and off basically. One day he'll finish and then one day he won't finish. Very inconsistent. But that goes to the fact that he's not actually an out and out striker, and he's not really good at striking the ball. Poor, very poor. So what I'm basically saying is he does everything else well. If you watch it, his first touch is good. He can spin a defender, half turn. His link up play is good. Everything's good, bro. He just can't head the ball and can't finish. But that's because he was a left winger and now he's playing up front. The problem, a lot of people are saying is, one, people have just seen some players fail, and a lot of other clubs have seen players go to Arsenal and not do well. So a lot of people think that when we sell them, they duds. And they just think straight away dud. In their mind, is like, whatever happens, though. But if, let's say, in my case, if Garnacho was alright, let's say Jackson was at United and he played the way he played at our season and he was coming to us. I wouldn't be the happiest, but I know that, okay, cool, if he stays there a couple of seasons, if he improves, then fine. If he doesn't improve, we'll probably sell him, innit? But I wouldn't be as upset as I am about the Garnacho thing, because I've, even if I'm trying to be as positive as possible, I can't see any positives. I don't know what he does, what he's good at. Do you know what I mean? And then when I speak to the people that say, all right, just bring him, he might be a different option, they can't tell me what he's good at. That's my problem. See, hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about now. I don't like a player who, when I ask him, I don't like when I ask someone what's he good at, they can't tell me what a player's good at. That's what I've been asking everyone. Okay, cool, maybe I'm wrong. Can you just please tell me what he's good at and what he's not good at, so that I can make my judgment? Or maybe if I'm being too emotional in my decision when it comes to talking about him, can you then give me some information that, that I can use to, not make my thoughts, but kind of gather my thoughts and think about it, innit? And a lot of people are like, I don't know. Oh, his dribbling's good. No, it's not, bro. His dribbling's not good. What do you mean dribbling is good? I've seen him fall over so many times. You can't tell me his dribbling's good, bro. There's no way. Morata and Felix are the same. Torres settings. Gyökeres or Sesko's definitely scoring. Listen, I can't wait. For your sake, it better be Gyökeres, blood. Because if it's Sesko scoring on the opening day, let me be honest, yeah. I think that game's gonna be weird, because I know for some weird reason, in these big games, Amram will actually do the defensive thing, hitting on the counter. And we've seen against Villarreal, when you guys push up, there's all these gaps in your midfield, the left hand side, and whatever. And I feel like you strikers are gonna eat off the transition, bro. When they hit you on the counter, people are gonna eat. They're gonna feast, because now they also know that your goalkeeper has to come out. They also know that, Skedy can be got at. So maybe if you put Ahmad on him and Buemo on him and that, it's gonna be long. Especially if he inverts and he's a bit further out and he leaves a bit of space, yeah. Now you kind of have to, there's so many other things in it. So I think you can. Do you know what I mean? You have to be careful, man. You have to be careful. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna be a low, man. I reckon the club only wants permanent, and I think that they can get that sorted. You also have to remember, yeah, what's his name? Musiala's injured, and Bayern Munich have been linked to Garnacho before. They've also been linked to Jackson recently, and that. They've been linked to a lot of players. I said that yesterday to Zia, and he thought I was trolling. He was like, "No, you're trolling. You're trolling." I was like, "No, bro, I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling." So yeah, man, I do think that. Big up to my brother Rashid in the building, yeah. Man, like Rashid. Listen, that stream yesterday with No Side was lit, man. You were cooking. Rashid was cooking yesterday, man. Tell me how to be a man with Rashid. I need to go watch. That's the new series, bro, that Rashid has to do on his channel, innit? So you lot have to go and watch that. You man must go and make sure you go watch that, bro. That was lit. I can't lie. I said low, Yeah, make sure you smash the like, people. Smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel. Let me sort this out quickly. Bring the ticker. Yeah, man. Everyone slap the likes. Subscribe to the channel. and subscribe to man like Rashid as well. Do you know what I mean? Rashid. Let me see what other news is out, innit? I don't know what other news is out. Yeah, you know what? Let's just talk on the Garnacho thing. I already started anyway. So let's do the whole, do you know what I'm saying? The whole, that. Obviously, we heard, yes, obviously, 3rd of August. Well, I don't even know what it's today. 3rd of August, he said that, what's his name? Fabrizio said that that Garnacho gave us his total priority. Of course he is, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Of course he is. That's the link to his Rashid's channel. Make sure you subscribe, people. Yeah, make sure. Obviously he done the whole meditating BS thing, whatever. And then I think yesterday we got this. Understand Garnacho has agreed every detail of personal terms with Chelsea. And deal done on player side, he only wants Chelsea. Revealed here since July. Talks with Man United and few will follow. Deal done on player side, he only wants Chelsea. Whatever. Chelsea to pursue both Garnacho and Xavi Simons as revealed. Nothing really important. I watched it as well earlier. I think he dropped a video on Instagram and he was saying that Fabrizio was saying that yeah, basically all that's sorted. They just have to negotiate a deal. And now this is, and he basically said it's gonna take a long time. So I don't think Garnacho will be done soon as much as people think. And I do think and I hope we drag it out as long as possible. I hope the fax machine don't work. I hope internet goes down when they're about to sign the player. Whatever it is, bro. I hope it doesn't work, bro. This is the one signing ever in my life that I didn't want in my club. Even if it's someone I didn't like, I was willing to see where it goes. And maybe if the player proves me wrong, I'm fine. But this is not the signing, bro. He can't dribble. He can't pass. He can't cross the ball. He has no IQ. He falls over the ball. Man are saying he can dribble, but they don't know the difference between dribbling and ball carrying. Like, this is the guy that you do not want. You do not want, bro. This is pain, bro. This is... Hey, man are crying about Madueke, you know. Bro, Madueke is like... I was telling man, he done alright. He was doing alright. I'm assuming this transfer won't go well. Yeah, I don't think that he will improve or do something to our squad. No one can tell me what he can add to the team. Like what does he have that we do not have in the squad right now? No one can answer that for me. Because I get when we had Sancho and Mudryk, we had two type of wingers. We had Mudryk who liked to basically run like touchline winger, and he had whatever the guy who likes to run in cut in and whatever, link up, whatever. That was Sancho. So you could say that when we had, if we had two, let's say if you had him and Madueke there, Mudryk and Madueke there, if you had Garnacho and Mudryk on the left, you could say that if you bring in Sancho, he's going to bring a different type of, he's going to do something else. He's going to link up, he's going to do that. He's not always running down the wing. So you're like, okay, cool, I got an idea. If you get, because you have two different type of wingers, two different options. But then if you look at now, we already have a touchline winger in Gittins, who's better than him, can strike the ball with both feet. Was mostly right-footed, run down, can dribble. He's actually a dribbler. So I already have a good version of, or a great version of Garnacho. So why do I need another? Why do I need someone that can't do it? This is what I'm saying, bro. Nah, man, I've never had MySpace, bro. Exactly. So I don't get it. This is what I've been telling, man. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why we need him. I don't know why you're bringing him to my team anyway. The only acceptable thing that makes sense, and it only makes sense for us, as in the club, is that they think that United is, because they have to sell these players, they're going to sell them for cheaper than Everyone thinks, innit? Or they would. Because they want to get him gone. No one's going for them. There's not a lot of hype. Cool. We can get Garnacho for 30 million, 35 million, and then we'll flip him for 60 million next season. But my thing is, yeah, within that season, I don't know what. It's not like he's one of those players that can, ball out a little bit and we can sell him. Like, if they bought Anthony, I'm like, cool. He can do his thing a little bit and then maybe we can sell it. But this guy, I said it on Northside's channel when Anthony was moved on and I see man celebrate. And I said to people at the time, yeah, when Anthony leaves, he'll ball out. People laughed at me. Touchline laughed at me and a couple other people were saying, nah, he's rubbish. I was like, cool. But we've seen him at Ajax. He wasn't trash. He came here and a lot of things never went well for him. Not just him, a lot of players things didn't go well for them under Ten Hag. So why are we not giving him the benefit of the doubt? Oh, no, he's trash. I was like, bro, he can dribble. He got a bit of flair. He can shoot. So what's the point? Like, what are you man talking about? He won one season, the bet is, and bro, every time he scored a goal he was trending, bro. Every single time he scored a goal. And this is what I'm saying. If Garnacho was that good, I would have been saying, you know what, he's good, but he just, he still needs to improve. And he's played so many games already. It's not like he's never played games in his career. He's played so many games. He's a bit like Saka, where they've come in young and they're young, but they're experienced footballers. Not with age, but the amount of games played, innit? So he's played so many games, bro. And I understand he scored in the cup final and he scored here and he scored there. I get it. I just don't see his overall game, bro. I don't see it. And my issue as well is his mental right here. The difference between him and Mudryk, when Mudryk had his first season and he played poorly on the pitch, he came out and basically, through the club, he released, I think it was on their website, he released a letter addressing the fans and saying, yo, I know I've come for a big fee, but I've not been good enough. I need to improve. There's a lot of things I need to improve, whatever. So that gives you, as a fan, you're like, you know what? At least the player recognizes that he's not good enough or weren't good enough at the time and is willing to work towards that. It's not Mudryk's fault that they bought him for 80 million. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that things are going on in his country and his family's still there and he's moved countries. He's only played 30 professional games in his career. All these things are not his fault. But as long as he's trying to fix that, Mudryk actually, what can I say? The only thing he kind of lacked was IQ, and also he never had the experience. But as an athlete and that, it's mad. He can dribble, like he can actually dribble. He can link up. He has blistering pace, bro. I ain't seen a player that quick in years, bro. There's players that are quick, but nowhere, not like him. Brother, you know what he does? He does that thing where when you're playing FIFA and you're flicking the right stick or you double tap R2. That's how he dribbles, because he knows he gets the ball. That's how the ball just flies and he gets to it. As an athlete, he has it. He just had to improve, and he also, when it comes to, he never had the opportunity, like even when he played. And bro, I don't want to talk about Poch, but he played him instead of playing him as a touchline winger, he was playing him in the half space. Next to, literally every time the ball went over to Mudryk, there was a right back next to him and the opposition's number 8. And then as soon as he would get the ball, they'll have two players on him, and it kind of never worked. Even though there was all that space on the left, he never allowed him to use it. Yeah, you could tell it was coaching, because as soon as Maresca came in and he was coached a little bit, brother, he became the backup for Sancho on the left last season, and he was doing his thing. He was becoming someone that's coming off the bench, but he's playing more Conference League games, and then he's getting a bit of minutes under his belt. And then you started seeing him improving things. And then he started shooting from outside the box and actually scoring and all that. And I was like, you know what? Cool. His link-up's working. Things was working, innit? But people didn't want to give him time. Obviously, it's unfortunate the way things went left, yeah. I get it. It's not something the club can control, whatever. But people never had patience for him. But I tell him, he have patience for Garnacho. who no one can tell us what his thing is, and then he thinks he's the best left wing in the league. But he's one of them man that has the table upside down. When he was looking at United lower down the league, he thought he was winning the league, bro. That's what he thought. Because if he thinks by any way that if we lose a game or lose a final, he comes out and says, "Yo, the manager should have just played me," we'd rush him. You know, we're down. Our fans would never take that. You should have seen, bro, when Lukaku done the interview, they want out. We don't care what we spend 100 million on him. Just sell him. This is the difference about my club and other clubs, innit? But my point has always been, you have to have reasons for what you do, innit? You have to have reasons, and I also have to be there's nothing that justifies this. And his ego, and he doesn't seem like a guy that's suiting our squad. I'm not saying it's a colour thing though, but what I'm saying is, if you look at our squad, they're all like together, innit? They've gone through things together. So like we had the good part in the beginning of the season. Then, you know, we've had the bad part where they all fought together, whatever. And then now they've, you know, won stuff, everything. And now when you start to get to that position, a guy comes in who thinks he's better than he is. and he's one of them guys that thinks he's better than he is, and he's going to start moaning and that. I don't want any negativity in the squad, because the mentality in my team has clicked. There's a difference. We can sense it as fans as well. So I don't want anything like that near my team, bro. Because a lot of people don't realize, because we have this young squad, you don't want a bad apple around them, bro. He just seems to be a bad apple. And I'm not just going by news, because remember, Sancho was supposed to be a bad apple. This guy's, they always have these things for certain players, and I get it. But he doesn't just show that, he displays that. You can tell there's a sense of arrogance about him, innit? And this is why I don't want him, bro. It's simple as that. And I don't think it's usually, you can have good arrogance, innit? He doesn't have that sense of good arrogance. He just thinks he's good, and then he can end up losing or doing something wrong, and he'll just shrug it off, bro. Do you know what I mean? He had Napoli coming in for him. He had all these other teams that wanted him, and he only wanted Chelsea, bro. I get it. It's obviously we're one of the big clubs in the Premier League and that. Why don't you just go somewhere else? There's all these players here. What makes you think you're gonna be playing? Yeah, Ivan Toney's a baller. He had the whole arrogance thing, but you know that he was good. There's so many players. I can't think of him off my head straight away, yeah, but the arrogance, and I said this about at the time, the whole Miles Lewis Skelly thing and all this. If you're gonna have arrogance, you have to perform, because the minute you don't perform and you have arrogance, the arrogance sticks out. Remember, Zlatan had arrogance, but Zlatan always cooked. People knew his levels, so he can have the arrogance thing. Because then it's like good arrogance. You know, it's funny, but he backs it on the pitch. The minute it goes left for you, the arrogance becomes bad arrogance straight away. Because now it's like, okay, you're talking all this rubbish, but we can't see it on the pitch. Now it's like you're talking rubbish because you're not backing it on the pitch. He thinks he's great, but this is the thing, he's not. And this is something that he has to realize this, innit? And I think if he had good self-awareness, he would have gone and developed at a Napoli or anywhere like that, where he could have been not just a potential starter, but maybe they will have him on the bench and he comes on a lot. Whereas I don't see him starting on the left, because Xavi Simons can start on the left, even though it's a bit, like I said before, it's a bit like the Eze situation where you would rather have him play in the 10 than play him on the left. But he can do a job there. You already have Gittins, who I believe is going to start the games. If not, we could play João Pedro on the left, which we thought was going to happen. But because of the way he's played in pre-season, in the Club World Cup, he might actually be starting up front. So like when you start going through it, you realise he's third, fourth, fifth choice, bro. Neto can play on the left, and I'd play Neto on the left before him. If Esteval can play on the left, and he did that for Palmeiras as well. So then when I start breaking it down like this, what do you guys realise now? You realise that you wouldn't put all the names that I mentioned. No one would put Garnacho above any of those players to start. or even in the bench, you'd probably put him last. So essentially, we're getting two. So this is why I'm going back to the only reason this thing works, right? The only way this thing works is if the only way this thing works is if we're trying to flip him, because I don't think it's gonna work. If we flip him from a profit, that's basically the dead on their thing, innit? Let me see, because why is Simmons trending? Okay, good, great. Xavi Simmons is flying to France today with RB Leipzig. There, Leipzig will face RC Lens in their final preseason match. Xavi is in the squad, and unless something unexpected happens, is expected to play as long as no suitable offer is on the table. Xavi remains a regular member of the team, and the Dutchman missed training during the week due to a cold, but recovered in time to be available. I mean, to be fair though, he has actually, he was training and everything before that, then tried to force the move a little bit, and then kind of went back. And I think because we're trying to sell some players, which we have done at the time by selling Leslie, Ogochukwu, Broya, and also KDH. You know, I think I hear it. I think we're trying to do it, and then obviously I think someone said it here, and this was what I was thinking. Yeah, big up to Eunice. We want to sell Jackson or Nkunku first, then bid for Simmons, and then Leipzig gets Elliot, because remember they were linked to Elliot, and then both of us get the players that we need, because then they have their replacement. Obviously, they're saying that, what's his name? Javi Simmons posted this, trust the process and that, which means he's probably already got all the yes, whatever yes. We just have to... Garnacho thought he was too good for Napoli. Yeah, he said, I want to stay in the Premier League. Yeah, I don't know if you man seen this clip, yeah. Oh my days, bro. The Brighton CEO, someone asked him like, why have you sold João Pedro? Don't know if the clip was gonna be here. Someone said, why did you sell João Pedro? Yeah, let's look at it, innit?
We just sold João Pedro. He made an immediate impact playing for Chelsea. You know, have you got this sort of special relationship with Chelsea? That sell
very,
our best
very
players
special. As I've said many times, they're my best customer.
No question.
We wish João well, and you know, Chelsea have got loyalty points with me. They keep coming back.
Now, I'm be honest though. I think we bought João Pedro, Sanchez, Cucurella from the minute, and Caicedo. We've only kind of missed on one, which is Sanchez. So it's not like, you know, we're buying bad players from them or anything like that. So I get it, innit? They have the little business thing with them. It's calm. I just see this little banter, innit? What do you expect him to answer? Like, what do you expect him to do? He wants to play. And I think a lot of the players also want to play because they want to stay fit in case they do have a move. They don't want to be they don't want to be put on the bench. They want the other manager to know that they're ready and they are actually playing, innit? As in, they're ready to play. They've done their little preseason fitness and that. So this guy's always mourning, blood. Colwill injury and no Fofana. Another new era under Maresca. Okay, yeah, whatever. Do you think Jackson will be on the bench today? No. You know, you asked the question at the right time, yeah? Because this is the tweet right here, innit? Let me show you the tweet. Fabrizio said this earlier, where Nkunku and Jackson will not be expected to play in the upcoming games. Until, I think, unless we don't end up selling Jackson, I think he's not going to be playing anything until we find out exactly where he's going. And then obviously, if we don't end up selling him, I think he'll be reintegrated in the squad, innit? So, thank you. What else? Yeah, like I said about the thing in the beginning, Chelsea trust current squad and have not activated any emergency to sign centre back. Hato also able to play left centre back. That's what they told us, but I'm not sure about that either, innit? I'm not sure. Yeah, and he also already has he's already undergone the surgery on an ACL. So he was already done his surgery on that as well. Yeah, he knows Chelsea and Jackson feel it's time to part ways. Chelsea signed new strikers and Jackson wants to be important. Jackson will be next big name on the market this summer. So yeah, Chelsea will start from £80 million valuation for Jackson, and let's see the bids. Newcastle, Spurs interested if Richarlison leave, which is also something we have to keep our eye on. If Richarlison leave, there's a possibility that we obviously move him on there. So yeah, Newcastle, we know that apparently, according to that source we saw earlier, that Newcastle bidded on €80 million for Jackson, which I'm assuming is £69 million. So obviously that's a bit far from if they start the bids for 80, but I don't know. And we'll see what happens when it comes to this deal, innit? Like, it's not necessarily something that we're exactly sure of, but we have to wait and see what ends up happening. Vega, you know what it is, Dave? I'm not sure about Vega. Like, I don't know what's going on with Vega. Vega's one of them where so far they said that they're happy with the centre backs that they have. That's what Fabrizio said, that we're content, but sometimes they do that as well so that they don't come across the market that they're desperate. So because of that, they just never put anything in it. They don't necessarily want to say that. It seems like he's staying, but we'll see if someone bids for him, whether, to be fair, this is his chance now to play left centre back. He wanted that, right? So if it can be a brief, but at the same time, if this is what he always wanted anyway, this is the time to grab it. This is his opportunity, bro. I know it took a year for him to get that opportunity, but this is opportunity now to step up and show that he's the one. And he plays similar to Colwill, where his crossing and that is like that, so he can pass in between the lines. He can take those risks. So I think he can play in that position. It's whether he wants to or not, and also whether we're that desperate to sell him. So we'll see what happens with that. Understand Chelsea are now willing to lower their $5 million asking price for Alfie Gilchrist. A fee of 1.5 plus add-ons is viewed as acceptable. Damn. They were asking 5 million and you couldn't ship him for 5 million. Because he was linked to like championship. Well, if you sell him to Saudi, Saudi can't pay 5 million? That's weird. The club's in active talk to sign Colwill wants to return to Juventus and Juve wants to bring him back. Talks on with PSG. Newcastle sources deny any negotiation or approach made. That's 9 minutes ago. So the news about Colwill could be off. United have definitely opened doors to loan move for Rasmus Højlund, as revealed yesterday. On the other hand, Højlund insists on staying at United. He wants to stay. He's closing the door on himself. Bro, if I was Højlund, bro, just leave. Get the minutes. If you do your thing, you can come back. There's no need to force it now, because things just aren't working for you, bro. I have a feeling we're not getting Garnacho because the price. Forget about that, bro. I think it's gonna happen. I do think it's gonna happen. I'm praying it doesn't happen, but this is the thing. From what we know so far, obviously we know that the United are asking 50 million. United are saying that they put on the brief saying that they want the level of money that they're looking at the Madueke deal to say that we can get 50 million or whatever for our player. Now, the way I'm looking at it is what we heard from the briefs early on. as in the last couple of months, is that Chelsea will only offer 30 million and probably a bit more than that. Because I think if we do offer 30 million, there's a possibility where they start asking for a sell-on clause. So because of that, we probably don't want to have a sell-on clause on that in case we, triple our money or double our money, whatever. We want to make sure that we might pay a bit more, which is like 35 million, to get that thing removed, innit? To get that thing removed. So I think I would lose my head if we pay 40. Anything more than 40, I'll lose my head. It has to, anything above 35. If it goes from 35 onwards, I'll be annoyed. That's when I'll be annoyed. Let's see what he sent. Let me... Where is it? Yeah, just show me, innit? Let's see. Look, I've seen this name before. I don't know who it is, but cool. Chelsea have stepped up talks with Manchester United over deals to sign Garnacho. Yeah, okay, cool. But they have said that it will be a while, innit, until they negotiate a price. It's not going to be easy because what I was saying earlier as well, that I didn't finish, was after we heard the whole how much we're willing to pay, whatever, we also heard that Amarim come out in a press conference say that he personally doesn't, he said that if they don't get the money that they want for the players or that they believe the players' value is, they don't want to leave the players go. They're willing to bring them back into the team, which is they're talking about Sancho, Garnacho, and Anthony, right? So with us, I hope we just don't pay whatever they end up asking for, let him go, and then they probably won't sell him for that money anyway. Do you get me? So because of that, we'll see. So if Alejandro Garnacho only wants Chelsea and one particular person in Chelsea have pushed for him all summer, even when others wanted to drop interest, the ball's in Chelsea's court. And it's very simple. Loan with an option to buy and a break clause. United have zero leverage. He's right. And I feel that's probably the best thing to do. And then send him back within a year, bro. Don't even try flip him. Send him back. With the break clause, yeah. Just send him back. And obviously, he said Chelsea still needs to move attackers on Jackson and Kunku and potentially Tyreek George before anyone else arrives. Yeah, Tyreek George was linked to Dortmund, was it? He was linked to Dortmund, I think. Or was Leipzig? I don't remember, but he was linked to one of those teams. He wanted a bit more. I think he's realizing that a lot of his positions are a bit held up, innit? Yo, Devante, listen, people, you man better make sure you subscribe to my guy Devante, innit? So put your link in the chat, Devante. You can do it yourself. Put your link to your channel in the chat. I think you're almost 100 subscribers. Let's get him to 100 subscribers, people. Almost there. Arsenal fan, Ajax fan. Do you know what I'm saying? He reviews albums on his channel, and he also does like reviews on like basketball and that kind of thing. Go and have a look at that channel, and make sure his link is also in my description. So it's one of the two, but make sure you drop the link in the thing. Xavi Simons is going. I think he's traveling to France with the squad. He said, "I had Arsenal, Ajax, pick a struggle." Listen, not everyone can make right decisions, bro. You know what I'm saying? They made wrong decisions in the past. Is what it is. But when it comes to Xavi Simons, we just went over that earlier, Devante. Xavi Simons is a player that, what can we say, man? Is a player that obviously, because this is the thing, there's a whole merry-go-round thing going on with Leipzig wanting Harvey Elliott because he's potentially the replacement for Xavi Simons. We have to still sell a couple of players because the whole registering, UEFA, whatever. So what we're trying to do is, and I think that's kind of where it's going. We've already got an agreement with the player and everything. It's literally just negotiating the fee. I think that once we sell Jackson or Nkunku, we'll end up moving. What we'll end up doing is we'll make a bid for Xavi Simons. They'll make a bid, whatever, for what's it called? For Liverpool, and then we get the player, they get the player. They know that they're getting their player, we get our player. Because Xavi Simons has already said multiple times that he wants Chelsea. So, once that happens, things can be sorted out. I've always said that I only care about the player coming here. I don't care how quick he comes and how late he comes. Like, at the end of the day, as long as he comes to the club, it's fine. And it's not like I need a 10 right now, like right now. So because of that, he can end up coming later in the window, and it's fine. Do you know what I'm saying? A player of that quality, it doesn't matter, innit? But obviously, right now he's traveling to France with the team. He was training all along, pre-season games and everything, and then he ended up going to. I think he ended up not going to training and that, but that's come out and said that he had a. What did he have? He had a cold, but he's recovered from it, so it looks like he's all right. And he's got. I think I'm not sure if he's gonna play, but you also have to look at it like this: Xavi Simons is gonna want to play the games because he also wants to. If he does end up moving clubs, he wants to make sure that he's fit. Do you get it? He wants to make sure that he's fit and also ready, so the manager doesn't think he hasn't had a pre-season. So I still have to wait for him. Those are all the options, in it when it comes to that. So yeah. Other than that, it's all ugly Garnacho news and unfortunate news about. Yeah, I can't show you, man, that, bro. But I've seen the video from Fabrizio, and he said the negotiations are gonna take a while. I think it's gonna be, and I've always said I think we get Garnacho for what we want to get him for. With our money, like, if we want to pay, then we pay. If we don't want to pay, we don't want to pay. I just hope we stick to that and we don't end up letting players go. But it's fine. Obviously, the news came out that Hato's getting the number 21, so they've obviously taken that from Chilwell, which is the thing that we always do. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing that we always do. Who's this? Who cares about Darmish, bro? Chelsea believe they can sign Alejandro Garnacho for less than 50 million. We don't just believe it, brother. If that's the only thing, you do that or you don't do it. Do you know what I mean? You don't do it. Let me see what else is there. ISAK, what's the ISAK? Liverpool maintain their focus on ISAK for the final weeks of the summer. New proposal ready to be submitted if Newcastle opens doors to the move. ISAK maintains his position. He doesn't want to play or stay at Newcastle. He wants to leave and join Liverpool. That's from Fabrizio. Yeah, man, that's all it is, people. I don't actually know if there's any other news, but we did hear that the whole Colwill thing wasn't true. So yeah, man, do you know what I mean? Nothing special. Liverpool are closely monitoring the situation of Bradley Barcola. Another scrub. This guy just has a bit of tech. Big up Taki, man. He's back. I believe it's a matter of time, but Javi will join you probably before the end of the ends. Yeah. This is why you don't hear me say, like, accelerate it. We need to see it quicker because I know that it can be done, and it's not really a big problem. 70-year-old talent. Yeah, no one cares. Yeah, but Barcola. However, there have been no offers, advanced talks. They're waiting to see. Obviously, the top priority is ISAK. Should that move fall through, they will have a budget. PSG remains relaxed for a high-profile win. They're maintaining the stance that Barcola is not for sale. Because what they're doing is, it becomes a thing that is possible. If the manager, obviously ISAK wants to leave, innit? If the manager ends up if Newcastle ends up buying the striker that they need or whatever, yeah, they'll then end up falling into this thing where Isak's gonna look at the club and say, "Look, you got one or couple of strikers. Are you gonna allow me to leave now? Because obviously you're not gonna just let me sit on the bench." And then that's when they, hoping that Newcastle opens the door for Liverpool that's been standing there. Liverpool been standing at the door for a month waiting for someone to open it, just pressing the bell, pressing the bell. I mean, just get pressing the bell, bro. Yeah, Harry Kane stay in. You know what's mad, yeah? Forget Al Nassr, because remember, they're trying to get Coleman. Apparently, they ended up buying that left back from the one that played against, is it Yanni Martinez? From Barca. Yeah, this is what happened yesterday. So he dropped this, and then the Bayern fans lost their mind. They said, since the wildest insults are flying around again, Bayern gathered information about Jackson, nothing more reported, nothing less, and also confirmed from other journalists. Bayern are still exploring other options on the market. Players are being offered to them. They're just gathering information. Yeah, man, I heard something about that player, innit? Is that Birmingham City? Marvin Dish from Birmingham City considered a done deal. Even Tom Brady was pushing for him. What Tom Brady got to do with these, man? How does he know if a player is good or not? Or did someone tell him he's good? He's a scrub. You know what I'm saying? He's a scrub. What to do? Yeah. Davante's been hiding people, man. Do you know what I mean? He's been hiding. Off season. Do you know what I mean? I watched a bit of the Prime documentary where he's talking about what he wants to do to the squad and that. And I think he kind of thinks football. He kind of thinks football similar to American football. So we'll see, innit? Yeah, man. And then he learned quickly because they got the team relegated because they decided to sack the manager and get Wayne Rooney in. And he got them relegated. But then obviously they got promoted. They're back in the championship now. So we'll see what they end up doing, innit? Oh, Sesko. Listen. Anyway, people. Thank you for pulling up to the stream. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very much. It's been a good stream. Listen, Dave, man, yeah? Don't take the mick in it. Yeah, Miles a baller. Yeah, me. If a player is too inconsistent, you just call him a scrum. Yeah? Listen, I know exactly what we're gonna do. Copy link address. Like, listen, why you man are still here, yeah? Make sure you hit the like button before we leave. There's 4 people in here. And make sure, listen, I'm gonna send you, man, to Michael TV, yeah? Ajax fan. I put the link in the chat since I can't redirect, yeah? Yeah, all the links are the same. Just in case you miss it, click on the link, tell him it's YASSERTV rate. Yeah? YASSERTV rate. Make sure. Yeah? YASSERTV indirect raid, whatever you want to call it. Go over there, tell him it's me. I think he's doing a football fantasy thing, innit? So yeah, just go over there, show him some love, tell him Yasser sent you. So I'm saying subscribe to his channel as well. And yeah, man, I see you guys in the next one. But actually, I might be dropping the match reactions coming today. Match reaction will be out for the preseason game, and I'll let you guys know what I think. So make sure your notifications are on as well, yeah? Subscribe to the channel, people. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.